There is a specific kind of silence that only exists between the hours of 2 and 4 in the morning. It's not the absence of sound. It's the presence of waiting. I've worked the night shift as a security dispatcher for a private logistics facility in upstate New York for 5 years. The job is boring. That's why I liked it. I sit in a booth, monitor 12 security cameras on a digital wall, and log the arrival of long-haul trucks. But 3 nights ago, at exactly 3:14 a.m., the main gate camera flashed. A figure was standing right beneath the halogen light, staring directly up into the lens. He wasn't moving. He didn't have a truck. He was just standing there. And then, the desk phone right next to my logbook began to ring. Our facility is miles away from the nearest town, surrounded entirely by dense pine woods. Trespassers are rare. Hitchhikers are non-existent. I picked up the receiver. All I heard at first was static, that deep, hollow hiss that sounds like a long-distance call from decades ago. I cleared my throat and gave the standard greeting. "Security dispatch. This is Marcus." No response. Just the heavy, rhythmic sound of breathing. Sounded wet, like someone whose lungs were slowly filling up with water. I looked back up at camera 4. The man at the gate was gone. I checked the other monitors. Camera 5, empty. Camera 6, just the gravel lot. Then my eyes hit camera 9. Camera 9 monitors the old storage warehouse at the very back of the property. A building that had been boarded up and locked with heavy chains since the late 90s. The monitor showed the heavy wooden doors of the warehouse wide open, flapping slowly in the wind. And right outside the threshold, standing in the exact same rigid posture, was the man. I felt a cold sweat break out across the back of my neck. To get from the main gate to that warehouse in the 30 seconds since he vanished from camera 4, he would have had to run faster than a sprinting horse. But on the screen, he didn't look out of breath. He was perfectly still. Company policy states I cannot leave the dispatch booth under any circumstances during a breach. I am supposed to call the local sheriff. But when I reached for the radio, the power grid inside the booth groaned. The 12 security monitors flickered, dissolved into gray static, and died. The only light left in the room was the small, battery-operated desk lamp illuminating my paper logbook. Then I heard it, the sound of footsteps, not outside on the gravel, inside the building, walking down the concrete corridor that leads directly from the back entrance straight to my dispatch office. Thud, drag, thud, drag. It sounded like someone dragging a heavy, limp weight behind them. I locked the heavy steel door of the booth. I crouched beneath the desk, pressing my back against the metal drawers, holding my breath so hard my chest burned. The footsteps stopped right outside the door. For 2 minutes, there was nothing but that wet, heavy breathing leaking through the gap beneath the door. Then, a piece of paper slid through the crack. It scraped softly against the linoleum floor, stopping inches from my shoe. It was an old, yellowed page torn from a ledger. A logbook page from 1994, written in dark, smeared ink across the top was my name. And below it, a single line written over and over again, hundreds of times down the page. "The night shift never ends. Sign us out. Sign us out. Sign us out." When the sun rose and the day shift arrived, they found me locked inside the booth. The power was back on. The warehouse doors were chained shut. The security footage from that night showed nothing but pure static from 3:14 a.m. onward. They told me I must have fallen asleep. They told me it was a vivid nightmare brought on by exhaustion. I almost believed them until I went to pack my things to quit and open my desk drawer. Lying right on top of my car keys was a single wet pine needle, caked in black, damp earth. I don't work the night shift anymore, but every night, when the clock strikes 3:14 a.m., my cell phone rings, and I never answer. Thanks for listening to Nightfall Notes. If this story made you look twice at the shadows in your room, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and leave a comment below. Sleep well, if you can.